that's always gonna be my favorite, man. Cause man, it almost happened. It almost happened, man. Oh,
Yeah.
that was tough,
Yeah.
man. Brad Doherty, Larry Nance, John Hot Rod Williams, Mark Price was on that team, Craig Elo.
That's right.
Shit, who am I missing?
Whoever else. And that's the year that I met him. He was 10 years old, and we were sitting up at Grandma's house, right there down the street from Hub,
Mm-hmm.
and I just fell in love with you. I love your spirit, and Grandpa was barbecuing in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, he always in the back bar.
Always in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and but you was always the type of person who was a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You always made sure, and I noticed it, and I was like, "What's up with him? What's up?" And we ended up falling in love with each other, and I was always interested in what you was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can tell the people, and then I got you a jersey, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You remember that?
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Mhm.
Right at the basketball camp.
Right at the basketball
I
game.
came up to you. I said, "Man, can I have this jersey?" He said, "Yeah, man." Took it off right there. No, that was the second time. The first time you gave me a Cavs jersey.
That's
The
right.
time you gave it off your back was when you was playing for Minnesota. When we was at the basketball camp at remember it used to be outside Wood Hill. We was inside Zelma
Inside.
George.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The first time was when you gave me the Cavs jersey.
Yeah.
I asked you for a Cavs jersey.
Absolutely.
And you gave it to me and I wore that thing to school, boy. Shit, you couldn't tell me nothing. Everybody knew it was a real one too. Cause it had the, back then it was a little plastic jersey.
That's right.
Everybody had the plastic jersey.
That's right.
Man, I rolled up in the school with the real one with the stitching on there. I would have died for that jersey too. Ain't nobody gonna take that thing
You
off
know
my
what I'm
back.
saying?
But yeah, I was the man for that day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's back then. But
Yeah.
yeah, you sure did give me a jersey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day. I was talking to Steve. I said, as long as I know he has never gave me an autograph.
No. No, absolutely not.
I got all these jerseys and memorabilia. Ain't none of that shit signed.
No, I wouldn't even feel comfortable even giving you an autograph.
I don't think I've ever asked for one.
Nope, absolutely. Never
I
done it.
I did not. He tell me how you sign an autograph. I said, I never got this nigga's autograph.
And just got back from Cleveland too. By the way, I will say I appreciate the Cleveland Cavaliers so much. Putting in the wall of honor.
Oh, honor.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that
That
so
was
much.
dope.
That was so much respect. I just got back from Cleveland, so I appreciate it. And everybody, all my family, and the Wiley and the Bender family, who's been taking care of me since day one. I always appreciate you and love you for that. Right here, once again in Beaverton, Oregon, by way of Portland, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? That classic men's with Franklin Watley, right here, the owner of the barbershop. And I want to kind of continue on real quick before we end this. We talked about being a barber and grow up in the barber house. We talked about sports.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about you coming to Portland for the first time, and but let's talk about a little bit about the potential person that wants to get into business for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
the having people who work not for you, but with you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that a little bit before we end this, about the challenges of having different personalities in business.
Mm-hmm. First of all, first thing you got to be is crazy. You got to be a stone cold nut to want to own your own business. And the reason I say that is because you got to be able to understand that it's not about you. It's about the business. If you get into business for selfish reasons, you might as well hang that shit up. You got to make sure everybody else is paid. You got to make sure that the lights is on. You got to make sure that the smallest things are taken care of before you take care of yourself, before you sleep, before you eat, before anything. You got to make sure every button is pushed, every dot line, every T, taxes, insurance, Everything has to be done in order to be successful. I'm going on my 9th year, and if you think I made it 9 years without learning how to be crazy, man, you got a lot to learn, man. And I remember my first year, I was like, ugh. I called you one time and I said, man, I'm sorry. I ain't know.
Sure did.
I did not know.
Sure
You
did.
got so much shit to deal with from day to day, and you only ask people to do the smallest of shit.
Yes.
If they knew what you had to endure from day to day, and you just ask them to do the smallest of shit, and they won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you say something, they look at you like you crazy. Well, man, yeah, and it's like, well, man, yeah, I get that, but I had to do all these things just to get this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
So, but entrepreneurship, man, definitely go into something you're passionate about. Do not go into something because it's money there, because money ain't gonna keep you there. And when I say that is, you're not gonna make no money. It took me 5 years before I seen any money. I seen enough money to keep the lights on and to keep my bills paid. I wasn't buying no clothes, wasn't buying no shoes. All of a sudden, E&J tasted good again.
That's right.
I couldn't afford no Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Just little small stuff like you couldn't afford. I couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? So you gotta go all the way back to being poor. And you're not poor. I don't want to disrespect people who are having a hard time, but you're not doing as well as you was because your money has to go other places.
Absolutely, you got to crawl before you walk. And I've always said something, Paco, that I hope you can feel is in business like us, you have to have a top ramen hole in your sock mentality.
Yes, sir.
You have to have.
That's That's it.
You
That's
have to
it.
start from the beginning and build. But the building don't come today.
No.
It's a constant.
No.
All customers and clients, we live off our clients. We have to have clients. You have this beautiful barbershop, and you was in here by yourself.
Yeah.
You just got a beautiful barbershop paying bills.